for the good of the game, the growth of its people, to the glory of God. That's a mighty good cadence. It's my cadence, that's our cadence, it's a coaching cadence that I'd love to see, we would love to see embraced over the whole world for the good of the game, the growth of its people, to the glory of God. What a great why and direction setter for we who love sport and want to see it make a difference in people's lives. I hope that you'll embrace that cadence and make that part of your DNA too, as you do what you do. I want to talk to you about heart for a moment too. The heart of education is the education of the heart. Like down deep, if you got to come from the heart if you want it to work. And there's so much about us who do sport that wants to see it make a difference, to see it matter, to make impact. And I just want to be reminded all the time that it's coming from the heart is when it works. The heart of education is the education of the heart. Another good piece of foundational thought has to do with the definition of basketball. Basketball is sharing. It's sharing at every kind of level: hopes, dreams, success, failure. It's sharing responsibilities. It's taking responsibility, shared responsibility with others, for others. So much share. Obviously, it's sharing the ball. It's sharing game plans. There's a lot of sharing that goes on in basketball. It takes 10 hands to make a basket. There's a lot of sharing there. Yeah, basketball is sharing. And that's John Wooden's line. And then Coach Jackson, Phil Jackson, said the two most important words in basketball are mindfulness and awareness. Just being mindful and aware of time and score and situation and who's in and who's out and what needs to be done and by whom, and balancing and holding all those awarenesses. That's so critical. Mindfulness and awareness. And here's one more thing to think about with me on this quiet moment here in Xenia, Ohio at our world headquarters. With regard to leadership, let's be reminded that you can't lead well unless you know where you're going. And you can't know where you're going unless you are following someone or something well, and then do it for a lifetime. You can't lead well unless you know where you're going. Eventually, others will know that you're faking it if you don't know where you're going, and they won't follow. But if you do know where you're going, it's going to come from you having a deep and abiding confidence that you know where you're going, and that stems from, it flows from the confidence of knowing who you're following, what you're following. Being so sure of that and what you've learned in the path that you're on, that even on the darkest night, you can lead others. And may I remind you that there's only one person, there's only one person who never lost, and that's the guy to follow. His name is Jesus.